$1 trillion.
So, what's the problem?
The average inflation rate is around 2%, but the average college inflation rate goes from 4 to 6% per year. Not only is college tuition expensive, but it's also rising at an alarming rate. Over $1 trillion of our national debt is accounted for by student loans alone. While it is true that college tuition affects families, it also affects the economy as a whole.
How does this affect me?
How has the rising college tuition funds affected you and your family?
It has affected me because I have 5 kids in my family and has put pressure on me to get good grades, to get scholarships, and has limited my choices on going to college because of the rising cost.
How does this affect the economy?
While we all understand that college tuition affects our lives in a personal way, not many completely understand that it doesn't just affect us, it affects the whole economy. Do you think that student loan debt affects only individuals or the whole economy?
I think it's both. I think that obviously it affects the individual and their budgeting and their spending and their debt that they have, but also, if you're in a lot of debt, you can't actively participate in the economy as much as somebody who didn't have debt. So maybe you invest less, you spend less, and eventually that, takes its toll.
It's clear that the cost of college is affecting our national debt, but it also affects many other parts of the economy. As the cost of college tuition rises, the housing market sees a direct correlation in their downfalls of sales. In the event that a student coming out of college has so much debt on their hands, they're unable to purchase homes in the housing market. The pursuit of entrepreneurship often helps the economy. However, students with debt rising over their heads often do not participate in entrepreneurship because of their debt that they have to pay off. So they're unwilling to make economical risks that will drive the economy in a positive way.
What's the solution?
Believe it or not, by actually not going to college actually hurts our economy. High school graduates often depend more on welfare and other government-funded programs, bringing our national debt to an all-time high. The simple solution isn't to not go to college. We need college in order to stabilize our economy, but at the same time, is college hurting us? What else could be the solution? One of the most logical ways to cut down tuition is to cut spending within the colleges and universities. Do you even know where your college tuition money is going? Putting money into varsity sports makes sense when they create a profit for the college, but what happens when they don't have any profit or value? While some varsity sports have donations put into the program in order to boost and further the varsity sport, often the college does pay for some portion of the varsity sport. I'm not saying cut out all varsity sports entirely. I'm saying lower the cost so that we can lower the cost of education. Education is the main reason we go to college, not to play sports. While lowering the salaries of the CEOs of the colleges may not benefit them directly, it benefits the whole economy, which will eventually benefit everyone. Just these simple cuts in costs of college will eventually trickle down and eliminate the cost of college tuition. While these changes might not be significantly big, they will lower it eventually, and along with the other ideas that I have for lowering tuition, it may just make that extra effort to lower tuition. I I know this may seem absurd, but trust me, it just might work. Many either receive scholarships from the college, financial aid, or some other kind of money compensation. One solution that could be considered is to not provide any financial aid and just have one flat rate for everyone that is discounted less than the normal rate. So instead of paying $25,000 with possible scholarships, one college would only charge about $15,000. This solution benefits everyone. The 25% who are not receiving scholarships or financial aid are able to easily afford college now, as opposed to the full price, and students who would receive scholarships or financial aid are already getting that discount because of the new rate. Some of you may ask, how are the colleges going to compensate for that extra tuition money that they're not going to be receiving from students? Well, they can make up for it other than just varsity athletics and high-paying CEOs. They can also account for it by lowering their research budget and also by not paying teachers for paid leave. Ultimately, this won't hurt the students who automatically receive scholarships, but it will benefit those who have to pay the full price of tuition, making it easier for everyone to afford to go to college. With these solutions, it will make college less expensive, and that way, less students will be taking out student loans, which will ultimately decrease our debt and increase the growth in economy. Thank you for watching. Any questions?